what really grinds my gears?
Bodies, Bodies, Bodies really grinds my gears. I see a lot of movies. Sometimes I walk out happy, sometimes I walk out surprised, sometimes I even walk out disappointed, but it's not too often that I walk out straight up pissed off. So I just want to give a quick round of applause to Bodies, Bodies, Bodies for getting this rare honor. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is the newest A24 horror comedy, and it didn't get a lot of marketing, so you may be forgiven if you don't recall what this movie's even about. If you haven't seen a trailer, you're not sure what this movie's about, it's a pretty simple premise. A bunch of people in their mid to late 20s, they're all trapped inside of a house for a hurricane party, and they're trying to figure out who is killing each member of the group and picking each other off. We've seen this premise done a bunch of times before, some good, some bad. But this movie started off so strong, and it set up everything perfectly with the plot and good tension with the characters, and then it just completely falls off the rails. I probably should have known something was up when there wasn't a lot of marketing for this movie. Now you might be saying to yourself, Trace, you said the movie falls off the rails. Tell us more. Do you have proof? I don't want to give everything away because there is a little bit of a mystery going on within this movie, but all I'll say is the characters, the tension is there in the beginning of the movie, and then throughout the movie, that tension disappears and everything turns into anger between these characters and frustration. So now you just have a bunch of people yelling at each other. And then on top of everyone yelling at each other, instead of building character and development and more tension, they forget that this movie, along with being a comedy, is also supposed to be a slasher horror type movie, and it just drags out towards the middle. The biggest standout in this movie is probably going to be Pete Davidson for me, and probably along with a bunch of other people as well. He pretty much just plays himself in this movie, and that works for him. If you're expecting to see Pete Davidson in the starring role, though, because he's all over the trailers and he's all over the poster, I get that. If I was the marketing team, I would do that too. He's really not in the movie as much as you think he is. But he also isn't in there as just like a little cameo. The movie didn't have a lot of marketing, and it didn't feel like an A24 film to me. It felt more of a Blumhouse film, but one of their direct-to-video movies that they would release. It didn't seem like a theatrical movie. This probably would have been a lot better if it just went straight to streaming and had more of a marketing push towards straight to streaming, maybe on like Peacock or even on Hulu. This is a movie that's going to come and go in the theaters very quietly. Do you plan on checking out Bodies, Bodies, Bodies? I hope that you enjoy it more than me, but unfortunately, this was just a swing and a miss for me.
Star Wars